It says Yodcha.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, right, yeah.
Shabbat Shalom. Or good Erev Shabbat. So this week, we got Torah now. We do it right after. All right. So this week, there was someone here on Monday. There was a group of Hasidic, Jewish people here, and when I called him up for the Torah, his name was Yitzchak Meir. Yitzchak Meir. I told him Yitzchak Meir, that's a Hasidic name. Yitzchak Meir, it's a Hasidic name. It's the name of the Chidushei Harim, which was the Ger Rebbe, Chidushei Harim. And the Chidushei Harim, he once asked his Gabbai, his right hand man, he asked him on the way back from the shul, he said he's going into his study, he makes sure no one else comes into the study. He did taking space, whatever. Of course, always the Chassidim was trying to go inside, back in behind, follow him. So he did what he was told. He held everybody back. He held everybody back. He pushed everybody back. And there was one guy who was really trying to push himself in. So this Gabbai, his right man, he took him and he spanked him and told him, "Get out of here." He told him, no one's allowed. No, he slapped him. Later that afternoon, the Chidushei Harim asked his Gabbai to arrange for a minyan. He wants to daven mincha early. That's arranged for another. Arranged for a minyan. And he got another eight Jewish men inside the room. And he goes to the Chidushei Harim and tells them, "I arranged the minyan." The Chidushei Harim looks around and he says, "It's no minyan." He says, "What do you mean?" He counts as a minyan. So the Chidushei Harim tells him, he says, "You hit someone today. And someone who hit somebody is not counted for the minyan. You're not counted for the minyan. You're not counted for the minyan." So he said, it says in Shulchan Aruch, according to Jewish law, it says that if one Jew hits another Jew, he says they're not counted for the minyan, or for any matter of kedusha, any matter of holiness, they're not counted. Furthermore, the Gemara tells us, Talmud tells us that the great Tana, Reish Lakish, he says that if someone just lifts their hand to someone else without even hitting them, they're completely excommunicated, and they're called wicked. You lift your hand up to hit someone, even if you didn't hit them.
And what's excommunicated?
We don't count you. We don't count for the menu. We don't count for anything.
Oh,
He's already here.
Now, who was Reish Lakish? Who was he? So, who is Reish Lakish? So Reish Lakish, according to many, he grew up when he was a child. He did study some Torah, but then for financial reasons, he needed to make money. He had to do what it takes to make money, and he was a very strong guy. And he got a job as a gladiator, fighting animals, and he got involved with these no goodniks. And the Talmud says that one day, Reish Lakish saw his friend from youth, Rabbi Yochanan, on the other side of the river. Rabbi Yochanan was bathing, and as he jumped over, he was a strong guy, he was a gladiator. He jumped over the water to Rabbi Yochanan. And Rabbi Yochanan tells him, he says, what a waste of strength. You should take that strength that you have, obviously you're a very strong man, you should take that strength and use it for Torah. So Rish Lakish told his old friend Rabbi Yochanan, he said, and what a waste of beauty you are. He says, you have beauty which is meant for a woman. What that means, again, it could be interpreted, different ways, but you're a waste of beauty. So Rabbi Yochanan told him, he said, you think I'm beautiful? You think I'm good looking? You should see my sister. My sister now, she's really good looking. And guess what, Rish Lakish? If you turn around your ways and you use your strength for Torah purposes, I'll hook you up with my sister. And Rish Lakish took him up on the offer. He was a very smart guy as well, and obviously, and he became a tremendous Torah scholar, and he became Rabbi Yochanan's brother-in-law. Rabbi Yochanan, by the way, was the author, one of the main authors. He was one of the greatest sages of Israel in his time, and he was the main author of main one who penned the Jerusalem Talmud. So it's Rish Lakish who's the one in the Talmud who says that someone lifts up their hand to hit someone, just lifting up their hand, they're already called a Rasha, already called wicked. Now, where does Rish Lakish get this from? He didn't make it up himself. Where did he get it from? He got it from a story in the Torah. The Torah says regarding Moshe Rabbeinu. So first, the Torah tells us at length the story of Moshe being born. And then it says of the whole story of him going and standing at the burning bush at Sinai. Between him being born and the story of him going to the burning bush, is the story of growing up was exactly so. From 1 to 80, it's exactly 15 verses. Those 15 verses speak about Moshe leaving the palace. The Rebbe explains he had everything there for him. He didn't have to leave the palace. He could have gone for a stroll. He went specifically to see how his brothers were doing, how the Yidden were doing. And he saw an Egyptian beating up a Jew. The Torah says he looked from one way, looked the other way. He saw that no one's doing anything about it. And he took the law into his own hands and buried that Egyptian right there. The next day, says he saw one Jew quarreling with another Jew. And he told him, and they told him that how could you be, told him again, call him wicked? And he said, they told him, you're going to do to us what you did to the Egyptian yesterday. And that's when Moshe runs away. But it doesn't say that he hit the other Jew. And from there, the Talmud says that he didn't hit him. Just by lifting up his hand, ready to hit him. Before hitting him, already Moshe called him a Rasha, a wicked person. So we see, and that's where Rish Lakish said that if someone hits someone, then they're not counted for the minyan. The Shulchan are not counted for the minyan. You can't count them. Just by hitting them, they're already wicked. And the Rebbe explains that this is okay. So now, why? Rebbe asks the question: why is it that it says that if you pick up your hand to hit someone, then you're considered wicked? Why your hand? So if you hit someone, you can hit someone with your leg. You can kick someone. Why is it specifically said with your hand? And the Rebbe explains that it says in Tanya that our hand, Hashem gave us our hand to do mitzvahs. Our hand is there to help a person, to give charity. It's so much worse when you take something which was meant for good and now you use it for bad. If you take something which was made for bad and use it for bad, or take something which is neutral and use it for bad, okay. But when you take something which was meant for good, it was built for something good, and now you take it and use it for something so terrible, that already considered a Russia, considered wicked. So that's why he says in Russia. He says, where is the term Russia used? Wicked used for lifting up the hand. The Rebbe says the same thing when it comes to lashon hara. This week's parsha, we have the laws of tzaras, the leprosy. The laws of leprosy come about through speaking lashon hara, through speaking about other people. Says the Rebbe, why is it specifically tzaras come through lashon hara, through speaking about another person? There's many mitzvahs in the Torah, there's many sins in the Torah which we're not supposed to do. Why does tzaras come specifically from speaking? This is again, our mouth was meant to do good things, to speak nicely to people. Our mouth was meant, it was built, Hashem gave us a mouth to be able to help people, to speak nicely, to learn Torah. And now we're taking that mouth that Hashem gave us something positive, and using it for chit chat, to speak about other people. That's why leprosy comes to something so for speaking lashon hara. So the Talmud says that Mashiach is called a leper. Someone has leprosy. And what does it mean Hashem Mashiach someone has leprosy? So the regular explanation is that his leprosy comes about through Mashiach is suffering for the people, so to speak, because we're not careful about the way we speak. So it says that it goes all the way to the top, and all the way Moshe Rabbeinu himself, and in this case Mashiach himself, the Talmud says, is suffering because of us. So therefore we have to be extra careful with the laws of lashon hara, speaking about others. Through that, we'll merit to see the coming of Mashiach. We have a mitzvah, page 143 mitzvah.
That's what's responsible. It's Oscar. Oscar.
Yeah.
He was punished for Russia. Oh, sure. I was like, it's your fault.